Hi everyone, Gray Power 60 here. So many of you were asking what I could do with this monster of a page, and I had a few ideas. Let me get out my cutting board here. Got too much stuff on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it down the center here. Try and do my best. So now I've made it into two pages, two sections. Oh, I gotta keep that close by. Okay, so my first thought was to create it, and I didn't put my glass mat back up, which is kind of my measuring tool here, so sorry for the glare, and it is messy. I didn't clean it off. All right, now yeah, should clean my mess. What I was thinking is that this would be great to put in a journal. Now our measurements here are 12, or no, this is 11. This is 11. So by cutting it in half, it would be like 5.5. So I could make 2, and it is 7 wide. So I can make this into 2 pages. Let's say 5.5 is roughly about here. All right. So we're going to cut that. So now we have 2 pages that we can put into a journal and have it. Now, if it's too wide for any particular journal, I can always cut a little bit off, or I could fold it over and make a tuck spot on the other side. Let me get my bone folder here. So this is one thing that I could do, is have it like this and have it attached here, and that could go into a journal and leave the nice threads. So there's one idea. The other thought is to do the same thing with this one, only have it go the opposite way, and again fold it over a little bit and have a tuck spot on the opposite side, and then have this page, let me grab my glue book page here, and then we would have that inside of a journal where you could actually see whatever's going on, and you could fold it over like that, and you could do the same with this one, or you could attach it to a page, glue these sides down, and make a tuck spot in there. So that was one idea I had for this. The other idea I had was, I'm going to be losing quite a bit of this, I think. Got strings all over the place. And the other thought was to make, I think I'm going to have to trim it down on this side just a little bit, maybe about 1/2 inch. So this can also be used for something else. All right. The other thought I had for this was to create maybe a 3.5. Okay, could make that. This will also be used somewhere else. And we're going to make that 3.5 by 5.5. Oops, and I need my scissors for that. I knew that would happen. All right. That away. And now I can take this and make it into a tag. Would be a really interesting tag, wouldn't it? I'm trying to use the smaller one so that it doesn't cut the threads too much. And there we have a tag that we can use. We can also put paper on the back. It could be a journaling card. And that is what this little guy could be by adding, let me take that down here and maybe use this one. I think probably would be okay. I have to check this out here because there's vellum there as well. Oops, I forgot a corner. And there we go. And now I can take that and take some, oh, let me just, I was just trying to grab any old piece of paper here. This is a scrap that I have. I can glue that on here, and perhaps before I glue it on, perhaps put some stamping in here or something, or just leave it and glue that down. Let me just glue down the sides, or you can also make it a tuck spot. Let me just see if I can get this glue. My other glue is out. So let me glue this on here. Glue it down the end. And glue it up here. And yeah, I want a little bit of that red showing, but it won't show unless I put it on this side. So let me try and glue that down. I mean, these are just some of the ideas of what you could do with these things. And of course, now I will cut this off. And of course, if I can't cut straight, which is normal for me, I will glue that. Now, if I want to keep those threads, I gotta hold them back. Oops. I'm trying not to cut the thread. Oops. I'm not cutting very straight today. It's one of those off days. So now we have a spot where we can journal on the back, and we have a tuck spot in the top where we can add stuff. Whoops. I'm grabbing everything. Oh, that's too wide. But you get the gist of that. So we've got that made. And then we've got this journaling card, and I think I am going to, journaling card, this tag, I think I will do the same thing with this tag. I think we'll just pour that in. And I gotta get you going, come on. This glue is so thick. I mean, it's good. I have to admit, it's good. I usually use tacky glue. I think, yeah. Let's Go along here, along the bottom, and up the side. Now I don't have to make it into a tuck spot, this tag. I could easily just leave it completely covered on the back. Which side? Let's tape it on this side because it's got all the gooey stuff on it. And it's going to be a little bit off, but that's okay. I mean, I don't have to have these strings so long here. And I'm going to, here we go again, trying to cut this without cutting the threads. And what you'll probably notice, although it doesn't matter if the threads are cut right, is that on this page I glued it onto the part that had paint on it. I believe it's paint, ink or paint, I'm not sure. And let's go across here, a little bit down here. Oops, not the best cutting job. When you're in a hurry, you should never do things in a hurry. Cutting jobs. And again, I've got a tag that has a tuck spot, and you can see, I don't know if you can see properly, but there are paint splotches underneath. So there we have it. These are the things I was thinking I could use it for, is using it as a page in a journal, an extra page in a journal, 2 extra pages in a journal. I could make a tag out of it where it would be a tag with a tuck spot, or a journaling card, again, with a tuck spot that you can put in your journal and you could write on the back. And I could also do the same here, but I think when you put it in your journal, I'll just grab a page here. This is just a 6x6. You know, if you put it in your journal, whatever you have underneath, you can see through, and then you've got your next page. So you can have it in your journal like that, or you could have it in your journal like this, or when you turn it over, you've got a little tuck spot here. So I hope that answered your questions. That is what I thought I would do with this giant piece of paper that I had been crazy enough to make some kind of Frankenstein, kind of Franken paper, whatever. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Just thought I would share that with you, since quite a few of you have wondered, you know, what could you do with that large paper? And that is what I would do with it. Now I will put these in my stash of, and you could also decorate. I'll put this in with my stash of almost ready to put in a journal, and I could easily decorate, add more, put on a feather. You know me and my feathers. Could easily put a feather on there, or even on the page here. That's a black one. Here's a gold one. Could easily put it on a page, decorate the page with it, have it on one of the pages. Here's another spot that it could go in. You know, so it can be ready for decorating, or you can leave it in a page just like that. So that's it for me for today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope this answered your questions of, you know, what can you do with these pages? I mean, I could have cut them more. I could have used them for belly bands easily. Could have used that as a belly band. Yeah, so that's it for me. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.